Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my reaction to the third episode of Kino no Tabi, The Beautiful World, the animated series, or Kino's Journey. And yeah, the last episode, I saw a lot of complaints about that on the internet, how they didn't do the great job of adapting the source material, the biggest complaint just being that they rushed through it. Which, in hindsight, yeah, it did seem like they rushed it quite a bit, but in the moment as I was watching it didn't really bother me. I think because of the contrast of the natural slow-paced feel of the series. I think it's kind of balanced out in my head, but yeah, in hindsight, it definitely felt rushed. But I also heard this episode is better, like nothing specific, but just that it's better, so yeah, let's get into it. As usual, there'll be no audio or footage of the anime used in the reaction for copyright reasons. There is a timer in the upper left-hand corner, and subs below me to help you follow along. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Just glaring angrily at the mountains. Is the Jesús can't ride her bike over the mountains? When in doubt, go to sleep. And she's out. And she is always on alert. Probably not, yeah. It's never just an earthquake in shows. Man, something is pretty destructive. Oh yeah, this episode was called Troublesome Country, I think. And I guess that would be the troublesome country in question. I thought it was going to be like a construction of the country, but Hermes just said that was the country. Unless I'm taking what he said too literally, which is always possible. Yeah, the visuals of this opening are really cool. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that ever skips openings, but even if I was, I would not skip this one. I mean, when I marathon shows, I sometimes skip it here and there, but... yeah, bothersome country. Neither have I. Yes. Yes, she is. That'd be a hard country to travel to if it's moving. Looks like a giant upside-down bucket. You know, on wheels. A bit of an unconventional country. That's a good question, actually. About an episode, probably. Blinding lights. I mean, you would need a pretty powerful reactor for this thing. Like, you would need a lot of engineers for a country like this to really work. You just like to travel. That would really be an interesting country to live in. Like the constant changing scenery. Without ever having to leave your home. As I say, she's taking a shower. I would say a lot of things are better than that. Nice. This is one of the nicer countries she's stayed at in the series so far. Doesn't she look comfy? Living the dream. And then when you wake up, you're somewhere else. Bedhead. A little bit late to say that now. But kind of her fault. Obviously. Man, that would be so cool to live in. Like, it's always called the troublesome country because it kind of does a lot of destruction as it moves, but... But it doesn't pain you enough to stop. Not quite big mark as that. I kind of butchered that sentence, but... Painting murals. You know, it's funny. She's a traveler, but even though she's currently stopped at a country, she's still technically traveling. So kind of killing two birds with one stone there. But yeah, I'd be a little bit too scared to actually do that. Some brave children. That's actually pretty. I can't talk today. A quite nice painting. Red alert. Let's destroy it. I mean, most other countries aren't, you know, a fortress. A little surprised they would let a complete stranger in that room during such an important, you know, moment. Yeah, they look so scared. Like, what are we supposed to do about this? We never ran into this situation before. I'm not sure how much of a choice you have in the matter. That is some pretty impressive defenses. But still, I don't think it's going to stop this. I mean, I'm sure this isn't the first time they've had to go through a country that was unwilling. And the fact that it's still moving means they succeeded. You can even tell he's not particularly confident that he can stop that. And he's technically the first one to fire, so... So that increases their justification on attacking back. Wow. I mean, this really is a bothersome country. I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure it won't. Just carves a hole in it. That's what they think of your wall. Yeah, I really don't see any country being able to stop that thing. Yeah, it might be a good idea. He's not wrong. But neither is he. You might want to get out of the way. I like how he goes to appeal to emotion when he can't physically stop it. With small missiles. Those dicks. Not the murals. I mean, you have no room to talk, but yeah. Yeah, she hasn't been able to do too much this episode, so give her something to do. But still, attacking the murals, that's just messed up. I mean, not as bad as attacking someone's country, but still. That is some good aim. Like, That one was a little bit too close for comfort. I mean, this is one of those shows where you know the protagonist isn't going to die, because it's called Kino's Journey. If Kino died, there would be no show. So there's really no worry about that. Not really in a position to demand anything. Like, you can't demand anything unless you're in a position to demand it, which they are not. I mean, it's their way of life. They're not just going to change that overnight. Yeah. Yeah, interesting country, but also a bothersome one. Both. Yeah, that was a pretty good episode, actually. They said that pretty casually, but I think what they were saying there was why Kino was a little bit miffed in the beginning of the episode was she wanted to get past that country, but there was like a toll or something that she couldn't pay. I think that was the implication there. So she ended up just hitching a ride on the moving country. Like, this really was an interesting episode. Like, it's a bothersome country. It obviously is causing problems for other people and doing a little bit of damage to the nature as they go by. But, like they said, pretty much every country does that to a greater or lesser degree. So it's not like they're evil or anything. They made it a point to show that, they wanted to minimize as many casualties and damage as they could, but not to the extent that they would change their lifestyle. Ship country. Oh, we're going on a boat. That should be fun. But yeah, that was the 4th episode of Kino's Journey. And yeah, like I said, it was a good episode. Probably the most unique country so far, really, we've seen on the show. That their way of life is traveling, pretty much. Which is definitely an interesting way of life. You get to see all sorts of different scenery without having to leave your home and leave your life behind. And we did get to see them go through another country, which, first they asked to be let through. That wasn't going to happen because this is the country that demands a toll just to go by. And in this case, if they go by, they do damage as they do. And it was funny, the general's being all, asshole-ish to them. But once they actually made it through, then he switches to appeal to emotion right away, just like desperate. I hate when characters do that. It's so pathetic. You act all tough and badass when you feel like you can be, and then as soon as you realize you're not in the position to be so. Yeah, but anyway. So yeah, Kino got to be on her journey and visit a country at the exact same time. And yeah, I think that's all I really had to say on this one. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of my reaction in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.